Let me do this. Okay, great. So then I can share the meeting with the students who were not present. So I will share the screen with you because I have got some photos, and then we can start with the questions. There we are. Okay, so this is an introduction, and then we can ask our students to ask you questions, right?
Okay. Yes.
I am very pleased to have this meeting with you today, with these people, Gustavo and JJ, who are part of our history as Olavarrienses. We have the pleasure to talk with JJ Eubanks, an American basketball player who played for Estudiantes in the National League in 1999 and 2000. And along with his teammates, he brought us so much happiness after winning the championship. During that season, he led the National League scoring, was named top scorer, was awarded the National League Best Foreign Player Award. Congratulations, JJ, you did so much. About his career, JJ played in Italy, Canada, Greece, Israel, Japan, Venezuela, Argentina, and Chipre, establishing himself as a prolific scorer. And well, I must say that when I invited him to join us in this meeting, he welcomed the invitation immediately. And well, I was very happy indeed. And despite the fact that I planned it to be a small meeting, many people wanted to participate, and I am getting lots of messages from students and families who cannot enter because of a limit of 100 participants. But well, I couldn't be happier to have you and Gustavo here. There are lots of students who are big fans of you, JJ, and their families as well, yes. They have been invited, and this is a special year because it's the 20th anniversary of that championship. Here I have some pictures, JJ. Most of them, you appeared there with the other foreign player that we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
The team, the picture of the full team.
Yeah, I don't see any pictures, anything popping up here. I can't see them on this end.
You can see the pictures? The fans. You mean the fan? No, you can't?
It just says Zoom.
Zoom. I am sharing. What about you, teachers? Can you see the pictures?
Yes, I can.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, I can see it.
Don't worry. You can, Gustavo? Can you see the photos?
Sí, nosotros acá podemos verlo.
Bien.
Saliste muy lindo en la foto, JJ, así que te lo voy comentando si querés.
JJ, do you speak Spanish?
Not even poquito. Yo habla poquito, entiende mucho, but you know, not very much.
Okay, good. Gustavo said that you look awesome, in the photos.
Well, thank you, Gustavo. I appreciate it.
I've got pictures of fans, pictures of students who are fans of Estudiantes Olavarria with the jackets. Yes. And I've got a special photo, but you can't see it. I thought that probably, yeah, you can't. Then I will share it with you. It's a picture. I was going to tell you to tell me or to tell the students what it was. It's your neighborhood and the house where you used to live here in Olavarria.
Yes.
And some neighbors that you had who knew that we. Yes.
Giselle, Melissa, and Carla.
Yes, that's right, Carla. That's right. Well, they knew that you were coming. Carla is right now living in the States. She's living in Rochester.
Really?
Yes. And she said, I must be there, Gabby. I am such a big fan of JJ. Please allow me. I am not a student, but allow me to be there. So she was super excited. And I've got some paper articles and current pictures. Yeah, so the kids can see the current pictures of you. That's your wife, JJ. The one who has, and it was Gustavo, the one who whistled.
Hoy, Gaby, hoy es el aniversario de casados de ellos.
Pero qué información. Mira qué fecha importante. It's such an important date. Happy anniversary. Happy wedding anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, today is 27 years, so.
27.
And Gustavo, we don't live in the same house anymore. We moved around the corner.
Yes?
Yeah, so we're in the same community, but just around the corner now.
Más cerca de la cancha de golf debe ser, seguramente.
No, you have to speak English to me, Gustavo.
It's okay, it's okay. So my students will feel relaxed hearing somebody speaking in Spanish. Okay,
Exactly.
so I can stop sharing the screen, then I will share the PowerPoint presentation with you. But well, JJ, welcome. I will ask students to ask you questions if they have any. Just in case they are shy, I have written down the questions they planned, just in case. But well, somebody, Tommy del Valle has a question for you. Tommy, would you like to ask something?
Yes.
Tommy?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, yes,
Hello?
we can see you.
Who was your favorite basketball player?
Who was my favorite basketball player? Are you talking about as far as growing up, or are you talking about teammate?
I think he's talking about growing up.
Okay, growing up, I have to say that my favorite basketball player growing up was Julius Erving, which was known as Dr. J. During the time when I was growing up, he was one of the major players in the game, and he took a lot on his back to advance the game of basketball. With his incredible athletic ability, the way he would jump, his leadership, things like that. So I would have to say that Julius Erving, Dr. J, was kind of my idol growing up.
Okay, and as you said, teammate, do you have a favorite teammate? When you have one, so be careful because there is one here, so be careful, watch out your words.
One of my all-time favorite teammates is right here on this call with me, and that's Gustavo Fernandez. So let me tell you why he is also one of my all-time favorite teammates. When I arrived in Oliveria, I had already played many years of basketball, and I had already played in Italy, where I was the top scorer in Italy. I had played in Greece, where I was the top scorer in Greece, Japan, where I was the top scorer in Japan, and then I came to Argentina. And the thing that I really like about Gustavo Fernandez is his leadership and how he demanded and commanded, the team to follow the coach and to follow his leadership on the court. Gustavo's recognized that, yes, I could score, and even in all those other leagues, I scored, but I hadn't yet won a championship. During all those earlier years, it was about, how I could advance my career. And at that time, I thought that scoring was the only way for me to continue to advance my career. And what Gustavo did, I learned a lot from Gustavo that, I didn't have to always be the only scorer, that I needed to trust my teammates. I needed to trust my coaches. And, we needed to come together as a team in order to gain and win something bigger, the bigger prize, which was the championship. So the second year that I returned to Argentina, I remember Gustavo's calling me to his house to have, a dinner with him. And he explained to me that this year, it's going to be different than the previous year. The previous year, I had done well. I had led the league in scoring, but this year we had much better players. They had added Wolkowski, they had added Dwayne McCray, they had added Danny Farabello to go along with Lolo and Victor, and Federico Marin, and all the other guys that was on the team. So we had built such a good, solid squad. Now the important part was us coming together. And I remember in the preseason, it was a struggle. I think the preseason, we was like 0-6. We had lost many of those preseason games, and we hadn't gelled yet. We knew we had a talented team, but we really wasn't winning in the preseason yet. And when the season started and we went on that 6-0 win streak before we lost our very first game, then at that point I knew it was all about the team coming together and us doing it together. So when I say one of my favorite players of all time, playing with and even without playing with, is Gustavo Fernandez. This is the reason why.
Thank you. Gustavo, did you hear?
Sí, estoy aquí.
So nice words.
Yo puedo hacer una descarga hacia él, ¿me la ayudás y le pasás?
Sí, yo te ayudo. I can help you.
Okay. Porque parece mucho lo que dijo, me agrada muchísimo, pero él tiene que saber de que la parte más difícil es la que él hacía.
Okay.
Que
Can I translate that?
Vale.
So it seems a lot, the words that you have said, JJ, but you must understand, Gustavo says that you must understand that your part was the difficult one, was the toughest.
Porque él era un jugador muy práctico y muy efectivo y que no tuvo ningún problema en acomodar esas pequeñas cosas de las cuales él habla, que posiblemente pueden ser una parte importante para él, pero lo cual fue sumamente importante en el resto de la temporada, y todos los compañeros que tenía él sabían que estábamos para él. Era más fácil acomodarse a un jugador como lo era él, porque tiene cosas naturales que los demás no teníamos.
So, I will interrupt you, Gustavo. JJ, he's saying, Tommy, put it in silence, please. Tomás afuera, put your microphone in silence, please. So he was saying that there were some things that were innate, that they were with you. You were so effective, you were so practical, says Gustavo, that it was very easy for the rest of the team to get used to, like, to play for you and with you. That you were a very important, you were the most important part in the team. Gusti?
Eso era algo que tenía el equipo en particular, que lo hacía sumamente importante, lo cual estamos hablando solamente de 2 personas y todo el resto tenía un significado tan especial y tan determinado y determinante a la vez, que por eso también dentro de lo que es lo que los jugadores tenemos como egoístas o egoísmos, sabemos muy bien cuándo dejarlo de lado, y eso también fue parte de lo que llevó al equipo a hacer lo que fue.
Okay, I will translate that part that is very important. Gusti has just said that all players probably have that selfish part, but it was important that the team members at that time knew how to leave that selfish part aside to play as a team. And that was a key factor in winning the championship. That was possible because everybody worked together. And this is very important for my students as well, because most of them practice sports, they do sports, and when you do a team sport, it's not about being selfish, it's about working with others, yes, for the best of the team. Yes, it's not. Thank you both. Thank you, Gusti. Thank you, JJ. There's another question. Sabatino, you have your hand up. Sabatino Tosi. Would you like to ask? And Sabatino has a flag behind him that says Dale Campeón, Estudiantes. So he's got the flag of Estudiantes. Saba, would you like to ask something?
Yes. How do you feel about playing in the finals versus Atenas with the crowded stadium?
That's a good question. How did you feel?
Oh my God, that's hard to explain. The emotions I still feel today. The emotions I felt as the videos and all the interviews and everything was taking place around May the 25th. You know, when all of that came out, I got to relive all of that. From, you know, being in the remiss, you know, I would take a remiss to the gym, you know, on game days, to having to get out of the remiss a couple streets away because it couldn't get any closer to the gym. You know, and I had to get out and walk to the gym, and the songs and the chants, you know, and everybody, the way how loud it was, and then to come out in the gym and to see people that were setting up in the rafters. I mean, there was people that was in that gym everywhere, and it was just, I mean, the feeling when we finally, the last seconds went off the clock and everybody stormed the court, and, you know, Gustavo jumping on the table with the trophy, you know, and I jump up there with him and I'm kissing the trophy. It's an amazing feeling. And that was the feeling that I had been searching for so long, so many years in my career. And it lived up to every bit of the hype, everything that I thought it would be.
It didn't happen ever again here. It was like once, I don't know, it was magical, and many of them don't know and they can't imagine. Although they are big fans and Estudiantes has played some important tournaments, Gustavo is the coach of our team, our basketball team now. But well, that moment was very important, and I have got a video then I will share with my students later, because they are so young, they didn't exist when this happened, so they can't imagine what the city looked like at that time. It was fabulous.
And the other thing is, you know, Gustavo, I mean, I commend, you talk about a career. He has had one of the best careers that of any player that I know. How many championships do you have, Gustavo?
5.
Five championships.
Amazing. That's amazing.
That's amazing, yes. So he got to experience that, you know, many times. You know, and I can't imagine what that's like. So maybe he can collaborate a little bit on what that feeling is like when you have multiple championships.
Yes, that's right. Gustavo, how did you feel? That can be a question for you in Spanish if you want. So it will be very relaxing for the students as well. Escucharte en español va a ser relajante para ellos también, Gusti.
Sí, y coincido mucho con las sensaciones de JJ. Lo que sí puedo decir es que dentro de esas 5 campeonatos que yo tuve, impactando todo que estamos hablando y hemos vivido con JJ. Nunca había experimentado cancha con tanta gente, nunca había experimentado una previa de tanta expectativa, más allá de todo lo que he vivido con otros equipos, ¿no? Pero yo creo, y después me gustaría que le preguntes a JJ, yo creo que los jugadores, cuando te pones profesional, hay una primera parte que es muy fuerte, que es la adrenalina previa a la cancha, que es ahí donde yo me acuerdo exactamente de todo este bullicio que habla JJ, de los papelitos, de ese túnel que traspasamos y que era impresionante, y que te daba energía, te daba miedo, te daba expectativa, tenía un montón de sensaciones, pero a la hora de tirar la pelota para arriba, es como que los jugadores hacen una cápsula, empieza a cerrarse algo, empieza a los sonidos a irse, empieza a todo ponerse mucho más silencioso y empieza a competir contra el otro equipo y no hay una afuera. No hay una afuera importante que te saque sí te impulsa, sí, obviamente, hay veces que lo necesitas y lo vas a buscar, pero normalmente empieza a silenciarse, tu cabeza empieza a enfocarse y estás vos dentro de la cancha. Y eso me gustaría saber si él, como profesional, también lo experimentó alguna vez.
JJ? He has a question for you. He says that, well, it's fabulous how people behave when you are, I don't know, playing such important games. But then he says that once you are there in the court playing the basketball team, there's nothing else apart from the other team and your team. It's like he just concentrates on the game, and that's all. Nothing matters, I mean, what surrounds you, because you are so concentrated on the game. So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with him that, you know, the way you prepare, your preparation for the games are fun. When you're on the court, it's all about playing the game and having fun.
Having fun. That's very important for kids. Having fun, divertirse, kids. That's very important.
Yeah, what you do up to that point is what's going to determine the outcome of the game. You know, and one of the things that I always try to do was I try to carry myself in a very, very professional manner by not going out to clubs and drinking and partying and doing all that stuff before the game. So I would stay at home in our flat and watch videotapes of the teams that we're going to play. I would eat good, healthy meals before the game would start. I don't know if Gustavo remember, I would always go into the locker room and sit with my headsets on with my head down. And what I was actually doing during that time, I was going through and playing the game in my head before the game started. I would watch myself, you know, shoot the basketball, and I would visually force that basketball to go into the rim, so that when I'm on the court and I actually take that shot, I've seen myself hit that shot already in my head. So, you know, preparation is a really big part of being successful. And I thought that that was a big part of what, you know, my role and what my job was on the team, is to make sure that every game, everybody knew that I was a scorer. Everybody was going to be, you know, out to stop me or slow me down for scoring. But I still had a job that I had to do for the team. Even if everybody on the other team knew I was going to score, I still had to somehow score for our team when we needed. And what I like about Gustavo, he recognized the whole situation of the game. He knew that if I went 5 or 6 minutes, whatever, without scoring, without a shot, he knew to involve me and to get me involved, so that in the latter part of the game, the last parts of the game, when everything really becomes important, then I've been a part of the game the whole time. So it takes, you know, everybody playing their positions, playing their role in order to achieve success. And that's what he did really well from his position as well.
That's very important. Connection is very important. And what you said previously, it's important as well. Then we will revisit this with the students in class, because you talked about your routine as a sport player. Something that they learn as language learners is the present simple and the routines, the daily routines. And you have mentioned all the activities that you used to do as a basketball player. That is very important, because you are not only playing, but you're also working. It's your job. Or it used to be your job, what you did. So it's very important, and you have to be very responsible for that.
Yeah, my routine was, we would shoot around when we had a home game. We would shoot around at 10 o'clock. So we'll go shoot around for an hour. Then I'd come back home. I'd have lunch. I ate the same lunch for every game, before every game. Yes. So.
And what was it?
It was spaghetti and chicken.
Spaghetti and chicken.
Yeah, I would load up on carbs and I would eat chicken. And then at 1:30 to 2 o'clock, I would lay down, take a nap. I would wake up at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I would lay in the bed, put my headsets on, start playing the game in my mind. At about 7 o'clock, I would get up, I would take my shower, I would start to stretch. And then somewhere around 8:30 or so, I'll call the remiss, have them to come and pick me up. I would go to the gym, I would dress, I would come out, shoot a little bit, go back to the locker room, put my headsets on, stretch a little bit, and then sit on the bench and just play the game in my head. That was my routine every single game.
That's fabulous. That's great. Now that you mentioned the fact that you were taken, just a second, Boji. You mentioned the fact that you were taken by taxi. Carla Di Pinto, she told me something that her father used to do, or once he took you to the stadium, or he used to take you to the stadium in his taxi. So they are here as well. Carla Di Pinto and her parents, the three of them, are here today because they didn't want They didn't want to miss this. And for Gusti and for JJ, there's also another person who didn't want to miss this meeting, that is Jorge Rodriguez. He used to be the doctor of Jaida, your doctor,
Dr.
JJ.
Rodriguez. He is the only doctor that Jada would allow him to touch her. So a couple times she had to get stitches, from playing in the park, and a swing hit her in the eye, and he had to go sew her eye up and put some glue. And then we were in our flat, and we had a glass table desk that she ran into that she had to get other stitches. And we took her to the hospital, and they wrapped her in a blanket, but she was moving so much, and she wouldn't let anybody touch her, and all she would cry was, Dr. Rodriguez, Dr. Rodriguez. So,
I will translate this into Spanish. Jorge, ¿estás por ahí?
Hola, JJ.
hello, Dr. Rodriguez.
Jorge, ¿entendiste lo que dijo JJ o te traduzco un poquito?
Traducime un poquito, algo entendí.
Dijo JJ que el único doctor que tenía permitido tocar a Jaida, que es su hija, eras vos, que una vez le tuvieron que poner puntos en la cara porque había tenido un accidente y que estaba en el hospital y que la habían tenido que envolver porque no quería que ningún doctor la tocara, y que lo único por lo que lloraba era por el doctor Rodríguez.
Okay, and I'm gonna grab Jamie because she's gonna want to see you.
Yes, go there. Va a buscar a su esposa. He's looking for his wife. Ahí está Jorge Alem también. Ahora lo vamos a saludar. A big fan.
David.
Sí, ¿quién me habla?
Mi primo me está escribiendo y me dice, decile un saludo de mi parte, por favor.
¿Quién me habla?
Yo, Leonor.
Leo, bien, bueno. Hay un montón de personas que han quedado afuera porque el límite ha sido 100. Yo no sabía que era un límite de 100. Muchas personas.
Feli García.
No importa, yo estoy grabando
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
How are you?
Everybody? Good. It's so nice to see everyone.
We are so happy to see you, Jaida. Welcome to this fabulous meeting. I can't be happier.
Well, JJ told me he was doing a meeting, and that's so exciting that you invited him.
Yes, you know that I became an English teacher, and well, I run my own school. I have my teachers here as well. Yes, we are here right now. That's the name. And well, when I organized this small meeting, it was just for the Institute community, but lots of people knew about it, and they said, please let me in, I want to be there.
Yeah.
So, well, Jorge Rodriguez was one of them. He said, Gabby, please, I would like to be there. I used to be the doctor of their child, so please.
Yeah.
She's 22 now.
Yeah, she looks great. She's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So Dr. Rodriguez, do you remember her crying and not letting anybody touch her but you?
Jorge, ¿te acordás? Dice si te acordás de ese momento cuando ella lloraba que no dejaba que nadie la tocara, pero vos.
Sí, me acuerdo, y me acuerdo también cuando le iba a ver al departamento, ahí en Rivadavia y Necochea, arriba de lo de Castaño.
He says that he remembers, and he remembers going to your apartment and the address of the apartment.
Yes.
She did not want anybody but Dr. Rodriguez to help her if she didn't feel well.
That's great, Jorge, great. And
Me acuerdo de las trencitas que le hacían, el peinado que le hacían cada vez que iba a jugar a la cancha a ver el partido.
He remembers the way you used to comb Jaida's hair, that it was fabulous. Before the game, like, it was great. I used to play, my students don't know, but I was very young. I was 12 at that time, 20 years ago. And I used to play with Jaida, and there's a family, the Pinto family, they were your neighbors when you...
Melissa and Giselle, yes.
And it's Carla Di Pinto.
And then Carla.
And then Carla, yeah.
Carla. And her parent, Carla, would you like to say hello?
Oh, are they on here?
Yes, they are here. Carly?
She's crying. She's crying now.
It's great to see Dr. Rodriguez too. And I mean, it's
there she is.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yes, guys.
You're all grown
your neighbors. You know, Gise, my sister, and we were playing with Jada many times. You know?
Carly, there's a problem with your connection. Probably you can send a message. There's a problem with your connection. And I think it is a problem in probably in North America, because now we have a problem with JJ too.
Okay.
We are frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Yes, maybe.
She played with Jada.
Yes,
she played with Jada, that's right. And her parents are here too. They don't know.
Hello.
They don't know English. Los papás de Carly.
They don't speak. Yes, sorry, but they don't speak English. I am living here in the United States.
Where at?
Now, but they don't speak English. My parents are here, but they speak. Yes, maybe North America.
Carly is living in Rochester, in the state of New York.
Okay.
Okay, and they are big fans too. I can see that there are some students with their parents. Sabatino is with her father. Agustin Alem is with Jorge Alem, and he used to go to the stadium. If you see the videos, you will find him there. Alejo Alvarez. Alejo, he's a student of mine. Ale, would you like to say something in English?
Hi, Shane. It's very exciting. Can talk with you.
Oh, it's wonderful to talk to you as well. Thank you so much. It's good to see so many. You guys have made this the best anniversary for us.
Yes.
Happy anniversary. And I'm sorry, but you have just joined us. Your wife has just joined us. But Gusti, are you there? Are you still there?
Estoy. Jamie.
Hello.
Gustavo Fernandez is with us.
Oh my lands! It seems like just yesterday that we saw all of you guys. Oh, there you are. It's what, 2 years we got to see you, Gusti, right, Gustavo?
Sí. Estuvimos, como dijo JJ, estuvimos con ellos en Orlando y tuvimos la suerte de poder encontrarnos. Hacía mucho que no nos veíamos. Ellos están bárbaros, divinos allá, así que nos encantó poder estar con ellos. JJ y Jamie son tan humanos, tan buenos, como por eso tienen tanta gente que los quiere ver, ¿no? Que los quiere recordar. Y a nosotros nos pasó eso cuando estuvimos allá.
That's great. They loved being there with you, Jamie. The time that you spent with you are so human, you are so kind, that it's nice being around you. That is what he says.
I messaged Nancy and actually his son and daughter-in-law that are in Italy right now, and I stay in touch with them as well. And it is just, I miss you all so much. Actually, Jada just called in and she said hi to everybody.
That's great. That's great. Say hello to her. I used to play with her and she was a little baby.
Okay,
hold on. I got it here. I'm going to show you Jada real quick. So you wave, okay, Jada? She's getting her hair done right now.
Hi, Jada. How are you doing? Hi. This is fabulous. I love this. You look so great.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you all here. It's unbelievable.
I used to play with you in Argentina. That's on the call. So, yeah, she's really happy now. So,
this is great. This is great. Okay,
I didn't know what JJ was doing, and he said he was talking to an English class, and I was like, oh, that sounds nice, and he, I didn't really ask him a lot of questions, and so I'm shocked to see all you guys on here, and Carla
and there are so many people that couldn't join us because the limit was 100, and I didn't know. So there are many people who are still trying to join us. Some of them have their hands up because they want to ask you a question. Let's see,
Okay.
Paloma Jimenez.
Gaby.
Yes.
Valen Amansi wants to ask a question.
Okay, Valentina Amansi, you can turn your camera on and your microphone on and you can ask a question. Valen?
Sí, sí, ya voy. Esperen.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Hola.
Hello.
Hello.
Bueno. Did you have any lucky charm?
Okay, that's a good one. Did you have any lucky charm as a player? Did you have any lucky charm? JJ?
Well, I think my lucky charm was actually, you know, I love my family being there at the games. And that was one of the things, you know, always while I was playing, if I was in a bad moment in the game, I could always look to the side and I could see, you know, Jamie, you know, rooting me on, smiling, saying, come on, or Jada, you know, saying, come on. But I think my lucky charm was my family there, but also what I had mentioned earlier, you know, just the preparation, being prepared, being ready for the match at all time. Another thing I'll go ahead and mention that I didn't mention earlier that I think that was good for our team was the coach. He never exhausted us. He never took our legs away from us before the games. So, you know, the night before a big game, we might have a light practice where we could come into the game with full strength. And I thought that was very important. You know, I had been in other teams where, you know, the morning of a big game, we were practicing hard for 2 hours. So when the game came, you know, we were tired and we were exhausted, and that never happened at Estudiantes. So, you know, I just think when you add all of those things up together, that's what really helped us be successful that year.
That's great. That's great. There are more questions. Bruno Benzi, you have another question, Bruno.
Yes. How difficult was it for you to be a professional basketball player?
Wow, his English is very good.
Yeah.
And you know what? Bruno practices basketball, so I think that he's very interested in your answer, JJ. He plays basketball here.
Okay, all right. So how difficult was it to be a basketball player? Well, I'd say when I was in the 9th grade of high school, I got cut and didn't make the team. And I can remember how much that hurt that I didn't make the team. And I can remember my mother saying that, you know, you're just going to have to practice more and you're going to have to get better. So every day after school, even if I was going to the grocery store, I had my basketball with me. I would dribble, I would bounce it. I would even stop at the parks when I was supposed to go right to the grocery store and come right back. There was a park across the street from the grocery store. So I would run over there and play basketball for half an hour before I would actually go get my mother's groceries. But it just took a lot of practice. I mean, a lot of practice. And also I grew 6 inches in 1 year. So I'd say that helped out quite a bit. But you know, Bruno, you can put your mind to anything. You put your mind and you put the effort toward, you know, playing basketball and you want to be a basketball player. You can achieve anything that you want to achieve. You can achieve, height doesn't matter. If you look at some of the players in the NBA right now that play for Dallas, like JJ, you know, he's only like 5'5", 5'6". He's a short guy. Gustavos, what's your height?
Gusti? I don't know if he's...
He may have stepped out for a minute, but you know...
No, perdí porque hay un ruido que no me dejó escuchar la última parte. Estaba hablando alguien de la NBA.
Gusti, de tu altura pregunta, ¿qué tan alto? Because una de las preguntas era, bueno, la de Bruno, Bruni, ¿qué tan difícil había sido acceder al básquet? Una cosa así le había preguntado Bruno, y dijo que había dependido de la altura, JJ, y te preguntó a vos, ¿qué tan alto sos?
Yo mido 1,80 m y tenía mucho miedo de mi altura en el básquet, sí, lo puedo reconocer porque siempre que querés tener una altura superior, no pasa por ahí, pasa por la dedicación, pasa por todo lo que dijo JJ, espero que lo hayan entendido. Si hay algo que tiene JJ, es que él, como habla así, siempre habló conmigo de esa manera, habla de una manera muy suave, muy, abre bien, gesticula bien y nos daba la posibilidad de entenderlo. Y esto va a ser de mucha ayuda también para los chicos. Es de lo que habló él, o sea, de mucha preparación, de mucha mentalidad, y de tener un objetivo y de ir por él.
Good, great. Thank you, Gusti.
Gaby.
Sí, Boji.
Martina Lomáscolo has a question.
Okay, Marti Lomáscolo.
Hi, thank you. Well, I prepared some questions for you, but then I started listening you and it made me remember when I was a basketball player. So I want to ask you about women's basketball. What do you think about the importance that the basketball give to the women who play basketball?
That's good, to women.
Because
Very good.
I couldn't continue playing because I didn't have any team here in Olavarria, and it was so sad.
That's excellent question, Marti.
And very good English.
Yes. Yes.
She's, you know what, I will say something, sorry. Marti was prepared to go to England this winter holidays, but due to COVID-19, it was postponed. So she will be doing her course in England next year. And well, she's preparing so hard, and you can see it, I think. So
and what is her age?
How old are you, Marti?
15.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, you are at a wonderful age where you still have opportunities to play. You know, there's a lot of basketball leagues that are around the world. And if you do end up going to England, you know, you may be able to participate there and develop your skills there. But what do I think about women's basketball? I think that men can learn a lot from watching women's basketball. I watch a lot of the WNBA, and I think that I personally think that women shoot better than men. I think that they have better form. I think that they have better touch. You know, the guys are so athletic, you know, and the guy can do a lot of things. So
yes,
I don't know that
I used to play with boys.
Yes.
And the people look at me like, really? You play with guys? Yeah.
That's perfect.
Absolutely. That's a way to, if you play with boys and you learn how to play with boys and you can compete with boys, it's a good opportunity.
That was the only year there.
Yeah, yes. For you to dominate girls when you do play them. You know, you can actually advance your skills, you know, even a lot more. You know, and as I was saying, you know, guys are so athletic, you know, they do a lot of things right. I think with girls not being able to, you know, jump as high, can do the dunk and some of the other things, they put more focus on shooting the basketball. I actually like to watch women basketball players, and I also like to watch women golfers because I think they're very similar. If you watch a woman swing a golf club, she's not as aggressive going after the ball as the men, and their swings are just so much smoother. They're so much accurate. They don't miss the fairways as much. So I love watching women's basketball.
Thank you, Marti, for your question. Thank you. JJ and JJ, you know what? I have a picture. I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see the photo that I am showing you? Yes. This is Belena, and Belena is here with us today. She's not a student of mine, but she's Bele. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
How are
There you are.
you?
She has grown up too.
That was that picture taken the night they won the championship? I think it was at
Yes.
the
Yeah, that's
All
right.
Local Restaurant.
I remember that
I
picture.
remember it
Yes.
too.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Okay, there are more questions. I think we
I
have
have
a
more
few more.
questions.
Yes,
Yes,
Boji.
Francisco Dorado.
Okay, Fran Dorao, would you like to ask something? We have just a few minutes. I don't want to take more time from JJ, but well, we will ask some more questions and then I can send him more just in case he wants to write them down. I don't want to take much time from them.
And that's okay. If we don't get through everything here, and those that weren't able to get on this call, if you want to do it again, later, I'm always available.
Oh, that's super. That's great. Yeah, it will be very nice.
I saw a young guy and he had an Estudiantes flag in the background. Is that who you were talking about that has the question?
He has already asked a question, but that is
he already
Latino.
did.
Yes,
Okay.
he's got the flag behind. Very good.
Yes.
Thomas. She was talking about you.
It's the original flag.
Oh, okay.
It's the original. It's the original flag. Sabatino.
I can do a present.
Oh,
There you
Nelly
go.
Campeon. Oh.
It's the club.
Yes, that's the club. Yes.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
great. That's great. That's very nice. They prepared for this meeting. That means that they have prepared.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fran
Nice to
Dorao.
meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Fran Dorao, you have a question?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
We're very good. And you?
Fine. What was your first opinion of Argentina?
Repeat that again. What was my first
Opinion of Argentina.
opinion of Argentina? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. When I arrived in Argentina for the very first time,
I think it was on our anniversary.
and we drove to. No, I went before.
You went before I did. Okay.
Yeah, Jamie didn't come because we were building a house in Indiana, and I went to Argentina the very first year. That's when the Estudiantes was making a change in players from Lucius Jackson, and I was taking his spot. And I remember getting into the taxi or whatever and driving. I think it's like 3.5 hours from Buenos Aires.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
To Olivaria to get there. And I remember my very first thought was, wow, the winters and the summers are opposite.
That's so true.
For Indiana, the states Indiana and Argentina. And I just remember going to the club and having the meal for the very first time. And I remember having, I think I'm going to get this right, Melanesa de Pollo. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Milanesa de pollo.
Yes, the pollo. Yeah, and I remember having that, and I was like, oh my God, what is this treat in my mouth that I'm eating?
Yeah.
That's
crazy because that was my first memory. As soon as we got to Olavarria, they took us to the restaurant in the club. He went before I did, but then whenever I went there, that was the first place I went, and they were so nice. Like everybody was so nice. And Gustavo, Dr. Rodriguez, everybody. Nancy spoke English, so she, I think, was the first person to welcome me. But everybody was so nice.
Yeah, and I would also get with that ensalada mixta.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I ate from the club. That you just showed that's right behind you right now. So, but my first impression was, oh my God, the people are so nice and so friendly. And what I loved about it is they stood behind the club.
Yeah.
And, whenever you're a player and you're traveling to another country, the one thing that gives you energy and motivation is when, the fans and everybody really gets behind the club.
Yes.
And that was one of the things that was instant when I got there, was the fans were excited. Everybody was behind the club. They believed in the club. And that makes it really easy on a player, that's coming, you're just maybe leaving a family that's going to be away, especially if it's a younger player that hasn't experienced, other countries and things like that, haven't been out of the country, for 8 to 10 months, without seeing their family and things like that. Makes it so much easier when people get behind and show them that they appreciate their skills and what they're doing for the club. So my first impression was extremely great, of Argentina.
Did you tell them that we were planning on coming down?
Hello. Sorry, please, put the microphones in silence, kids. Pongan los micrófonos en silencio, nosotros vamos viendo quiénes preguntan, porque si no se nos va la imagen, ¿sí? Male Arbacetti, pon en silencio, Saba Tosi también, por favor. Los vamos nombrando, porfa. So we can see JJ on screen.
Oh. We were actually supposed to come down. We were planning on coming down in April or May. I don't know if JJ told you that.
Yes, I know, and I have read something because Estudiantes has Facebook, so I read that there were lots of things prepared for you and for the team members. Well, that is something that I want to ask you because of COVID-19, we are staying inside. Now we are in stage 5. Yes, there is social distance, but we have had quarantine. And talking with Carla, who is living in the States, she told me that there wasn't such a thing there. Yes, like there was social distance, but there wasn't a thing like quarantine.
Well, here in Orlando, we actually, I think for 2.5 or 3 months, we had stay at home, like you stayed at home. And so we didn't leave our home for, was it 2.5 or 3 months, I think?
3 months.
For 3 months. And some friends of ours from New York, they were here with us. So we had actually 11 people in our house during our stay-at-home order, or when we had to stay at home. So that lifted in June, like late May, early June. And so, it's definitely different times. Prior to March, like March 15th is when everything changed for us here in America, or in our household.
Yeah. But what our plan is still, as soon as they lift some of the travel bans and things like
maybe
that,
2021,
we're coming to Argentina.
Absolutely.
Okay, and we will be very happy to have you here at our institute, at our school, if you can. I know that you will have lots of invitations and things, but well, if you can, we will be very happy to have you here, to have you around here.
We would love that.
Thank you. We will.
Okay, just a few questions, and we will leave them. Yes, who has the hand up? Millie Togni.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Millie.
Millie, would you like to ask? ¿Querés preguntar, Millie?
Yes. How many years did you play basketball for?
Great question. So I played 3 years of high school, and then I played 4 years of college. So that's 7 years. And then I played 14 years professional, so 21 years total.
Wow, that's a lot. Great.
How old are you, Millie?
Millie.
Yes.
How old are you, Millie? How old are you?
12.
12.
Okay.
There are little kids here. There are little kids. Annie Aguilar, I can see that Annie is with her mom behind. So would you like to say something, Annie? Is Joaquin there too, or he's not?
No.
Okay.
My question is...
Hey, Nancy.
Sorry, I didn't want it to bother, but I wanted to say hi.
Oh,
we're glad you did.
We love you and miss you.
Yeah, we too. We're gonna see you next year for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you for saying hi.
Hi
Thank
to
you.
everyone.
Nancy, thanks for joining us with Gustavo. You're great. If you can send a message to Lola because she made it possible to have you here. There was a problem with the number of people who were admitted. So if they want to get access now, just for the picture and to say hi to JJ, could you send her a message, please? Because now I have space. So if they join us, I will be able to admit them.
I do it now. I do it
Thank
now.
you. Thank you.
Yes,
My mom is
yes.
here, Nancy, and she's saying hello to you too.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to tell you that not very many people spoke English in Olavarria. And so Nancy and Marina, I don't know if you know Marina.
Marina is Victor's who's Marina?
Esnel. And so she worked with Jada. But Nancy always come to speak English and help me because not very many people spoke. So Nancy helped me and Jada. Well, Jada spoke better Castellano than I did. And so she was a baby.
Yes,
but
I
Nancy
know.
helped me.
Nancy?
Because I didn't know how to speak Castellano. And she was always like, she helped me with everything.
That it's very important.
It was great to have you here.
Oh.
And it was great the way you receive us last year at your home. After almost 20 years without seeing us each other, it was great the way you receive us as the time wasn't past.
Well, we wanted you to stay forever.
I'll tell you, Nancy. I'll tell you, Nancy.
We come back. We come back.
Good.
I'll tell you, Nancy and Gustavos. You and your family, and you will never leave our hearts.
No.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. You guys were so good to us.
Yeah.
Juan and Gusti, and I mean, I used to play with Gusti all the time.
Gaby,
Gusti is such a big player now. Yes, Gusti.
Gaby, los chicos tienen que saber que si había un bailarín de Michael Jackson parecido a Michael Jackson.
I know what you said.
He must show us. He must show us.
Debe ser el día de hoy que no sabe bailar. A mi hijo le dejó así, porque los dos eran fanáticos de Michael Jackson. Y él empezó a bailar como Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Así.
Oh my
I love
gosh,
it.
yeah.
That's great.
Gaby,
Yes, Boji.
you wanted to show us a video. Do you still want to play it, or you prefer us to keep on asking questions?
I will ask one more question. Anita was about to ask, and I interrupted her. So Annie will ask her question. Then I will share a video with you if I can, and we will end the meeting with a photo. Okay?
Okay.
So Annie Aguilar, are you there? Are you still there?
Yes.
Hello, Anna.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
My question is if you have a nice memories of Olavarria.
Oh, yes. Oh, my.
So
Which is
many.
Beautiful memory.
My memories, I have so many memories of Olavarria. I remember, the night before the championship games, there was a circus that was in town. And, we went to the circus just trying to get the basketball games out of our mind. Before then, we went to the movies. They didn't charge us to go to the circus. They didn't charge us to go to the movies. We went out to eat. They didn't charge us to eat.
You went to the barbershop.
I went to the barbershop.
And they're like,
they didn't charge
gratis.
everybody.
We're celebrities.
Yeah, but everybody said the same thing. They said, just win tomorrow.
Yeah.
No
pressure.
So it was not free at all.
It wasn't free, yeah. It was like, just win tomorrow. And so I remember, the El Popular newspaper. I remember the grocery stores. I remember the movies, the cinemas. I remember, Gustavos and I, we used to go play on the golf course right behind the club. I remember taking walks through the community, just meeting people and get to say hello. I remember going fishing, there with Victor and some of my teammates. Things. There's just so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things that I remember. I remember all the people, the friendships, and a lot of them on this call right now. When Jamie saw them and heard that they were here, she started crying, because they have touched our hearts and they're still in our hearts. So I tell you, Olavarria is way up on our list. Yeah. Way up.
Nancy and some of the wives, we would go to the park and take our kids, and they would always drink mate. Am I saying that right?
Yeah. No, that's right. It's mate. It's mate.
Okay.
It's a problem. It's a problem right now because it's typical in Argentina and we can't share it. It's a friendly, custom.
And Gabriella, ask Gustavos, who's the king of Ching Chong? Right here.
Who is the king? Put your
right
hand
here.
up.
And
No
also Truca.
Truca too. Okay, listen guys, I have a video that is a surprise for you too, for Gustavo and for JJ. I will share the screen and I hope that this time you can see it. JJ, let me know.
We had a screen before.
Yes. Okay, I'm in a video.
Just give me a sec.
Okay.
I need to share the screen. Something happens because it turns black. It's because of the PowerPoint presentation. Here we are. Sorry, this was we had to get used to technological things, so I'm still doing it.
No,
okay.
You're right.
So this is a video that I downloaded from YouTube. It was not something that I made, but well, it's very representative and it will be nice for people who were part at that time and for the students who are for the little ones who don't know much. So I will share it with you. Can you see it now, Jamie and JJ?
No, not yet.
No? Okay, I don't know how, because it's on the screen right now. It is on the screen.
Okay.
So probably.
That's okay, you go ahead.
It's okay, yeah.
You go ahead and show it.
Okay, I'll play it. Just I need to share the audio so you can listen to it. Okay.
Daniel Farabello. Volkovicki, la primera ovación cerrada de la noche. El Nico Llanel, a propósito, le cuento que también llegó al máximo de partidos en la serie del CNA, todos pegaditos, el sábado a las 5 de la tarde frente al televisor de Teis Sports. Ahí está JJ, haciendo un desparramo. Entró Eubanks. Esta ha sido la presentación de los empujones. Primero Atenas y ahora Estudiantes. Hernández casi cae, casi rueda. Le van el choque de los dos extranjeros. Tanto uno como otro se han dado. La segunda de los dos equipos en penalización. Jugadores que han venido del banco han sido fundamentales, Juan Carlos, ¿no? ¿Qué te parece? Le dieron una mano grandísima a un equipo que estaba muy cargado de faltas personales. Por ejemplo, fíjate, salió Macrey, pero Baldo, los minutos que estuvo en cancha los aprovechó al máximo, Bruno Lavaque, 30 segundos de cierre de la 99-2000, la tiene Bruno Lavaque, la juega para el pitch y Campana que rompe frente al Lobito Fernández. Roba Fernández, largo el pase para Llanela. El juego sigue, la tiene Bruno Lava que la carrera, prueba para 3, se queda corto, rebote, con mucho gusto, campeonato para JJ Eubanks, infracción de Bruno Lava que se va a festejar ya con la platea. JJ Eubanks, se disculpa Bruno, lo acepta el goleador de la Liga Nacional. Dale campeones, el grito de todo el Maxi Estadio del Parque Guerrero será seguramente el grito de toda la ciudad de Olavarría dentro del segundo de JJ. Milanesio, Bruno Lavaque, frena la pelota, señores.
Ok, Okay, could you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a
saw
problem
it.
there. There was a breakdown with the internet connection.
Oh, that's okay. We saw it.
Ah, okay,
You'll have
great.
to
That's
send the
great.
link.
At the end, there's a picture, or there's a part when Daniel Trapani spoke. Yes, he passed away. He was a kind of uncle for me, and I used to love him so much. Even his sons were invited, but they had things to do today. So, well, they sent their regards to you. But well, I am.
Trapani was a very kind man to me.
Yes.
Very kind, yes.
Well, I loved him, so it was very special. This meeting for me was very special, in part, not only as an English teacher, but also as I don't know, as a daughter of people who worked for the club and for the team as well. So, well, I am very happy to have you had here. Probably we can take a picture. We can have a picture all together. Let's see. Kids, you can activate your microphones, I think, so everybody will appear. Or let me see if I can do it. Okay, this is the way. So we can take a picture. JJ, I can't see you now because there are so many. Bohi, or I don't know, one of my teachers can take the pictures, please.
Okay. Yes, okay.
JJ and Jane, keep talking so you will appear in all the photos.
Okay. All right. So we'll figure out something to say. Yeah.
It was so nice of you to have us here.
Thank you. This was wonderful. This was a real joy for us to be here and to talk with you guys and actually talk to so many people that we knew that we haven't spoken with for so long. And again, our next step is to be there in person to get to see you guys and in person and visit and reminisce of all the places that we would go to and where we lived and the people that we know in the community. So yeah, we are really looking forward to being back there.
And we are looking forward to having here and, well, to seeing you face to face. Thank you so much. I think that everybody will say thank you. My husband is here because right now I am at the Institute, but Luciano Capelli, are you there? Would you like to say hi? He's my husband. He's looking after the baby. Now I have a baby and he's at home.
Yes, yes.
Probably he has gone with the baby. I don't see him. Well, so this is my child.
Hi.
Oh.
He's there at home. He's there.
How old is he?
I saw Rufi.
Is Rufi there?
Yes.
That's my son. Hello, baby.
I can't see. Let's see if I go. Oh, there!
Right there.
Oh.
All right.
And he's saying hello to the students because they didn't get the chance to meet him due to COVID. Yes, I was pregnant and I had a baby, and then classes never started. So we are having these virtual meetings. Well, I don't want to take more time from you. Thank you very much, Gustavo, Nancy. Thank you so much, Jorge. Everybody, my students, thank you to my students and their families. I recorded this meeting so that everybody will be able to see it later. I think I will upload it on YouTube so you can rewatch it again.
Oh, thank you so much. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.
No, thank you. You too. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Mufti.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, Jay. Ciao, Jamie.
Bye.
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 Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye, JJ.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I know.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Shane.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Goodbye, JJ.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jorge.
Bye, Dr. Rodriguez.
Bye, Dr. Rodriguez.
Bye-bye, everybody. There you are, Carla's parents. Let's see, the Pinto family. Now your microphone. Let me see. Yes, they are saying goodbye.
Yes,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Ahí están.
Claro, ahí nos nombraron.
Gracias por estar.
Qué gauchito.
Gracias por estar.
Muy simpático.
Simpáticos, you're charmful, you're friendly, they say.
Ahí se cortó.
They were very good neighbors.
Yes, I have a picture. Then I am going to share with you the PowerPoint presentation because I have a picture of your house here and your neighborhood.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, I showed it to you, but you couldn't see my pictures. So I will send it. I will send it to you so you can see them.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everybody. My teachers are here. They are still there. So thank you, girls. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.